but it should be enough.
Before I my presentation, could I have you guys get your phones out, because I'm gonna have you use them for a second. But don't text during our presentation. So I want you guys to raise your hand if you have a tattoo. Now I want you to raise your hand if you think you might get one in the future. And now I want to raise your hand if you think your parents might disapprove if you got a tattoo. Okay, so National Geographic's news article by Brian Handwerk in 2002 talks about how tattoos used to be a part of subculture, but recently has been transforming to a really big part of modern pop culture. And so this might explain why our parents might have different preconceived ideas or stigmas with tattoos versus our generation, and how we kind of interact with the idea of tattooing. And so the increase of media in our generation have really allowed artists to display their artwork in public through social media platforms such as Instagram. And so I actually want you guys to, for those of you who have Instagram, want you to look up this username. And I just give me a second. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to pay attention to the number of followers he has. He's just a world-renowned tattoo artist, and he has 2 times the amount of followers that Flume has, who's a pretty famous electronic music artist. So this kind of just shows how popular they're becoming. And according to Pew Research Center article by Russell Heimlich in 2008, 1 out of 3 Americans from the ages of 18 and 25 have a tattoo. So getting a tattoo it's becoming really popular. It's actually a really cool experience as long as you prepare the right way. And preparing to get one does take a lot of time and effort. So I'm going to tell you guys what you know about the process. And there are 3 steps. The first being you need to figure out what you want to get and where you want to get it. And this is oftentimes the hardest and longest step of the entire process, just because it's hard to commit to putting something in your body for the rest of your life and deciding what you want it to be. According to Rachel Carman, from a 2012 article from the Review of General Psychology, there's 3 motivations for getting a tattoo. One being a symbol of past event or relationship. One being group membership, like a fraternity or a gang. And one being a marker of individuality. So most people, if you don't have an idea in mind, they'll draw inspiration from other people or online or from photographs. So that's the first step. The second step, after you decide on what you want your design to be, you have to find a tattoo artist to actually execute your idea. And so this is the second step, and it's also a hard part of the process just because you have to find someone that you're comfortable and confident in, and price should be negligible for this, because you should be, if you're getting a tattoo, you should be willing to pay the price of someone that you're comfortable having them tattoo you. And so a lot of people find confidence in tattoo artists who have good reviews or really good and extensive portfolios, or have a recommendation from a friend. So the third step is working with artists to execute your tattoo for you, which most of the times you can just walk into a tattoo shop, and if you have an idea, you give it to the artist, and if it's simple, they'll just draw it out for you right there and offer to either tattoo you in the spot, which are called walk-ins, I'm sure you've heard of, or they'll offer to give you, have you make an appointment, which is most of the time for more complicated tattoos. And so depending on your design or the artist, this can either be a really long or really short process. But it's really important to be patient. According to Ink Magazine's article on tattoo shop etiquette from 2015, tattoo artists really don't like to be rushed in the design process, as anyone would be when they're creating a piece of work. And I've experienced this myself. I've submitted a piece, an idea to an artist before, and he told me he was going to call me when he was done. And after a week and a half, I called him. He was really not happy with me, so I decided to not go through with that because I was scared of him. But so yeah, you really don't want to make your tattoo artist mad, and you want to get along with them and make them happy. So definitely being patient is really important. But once they have your design for you, you're ready to get tattooed, which is the exciting part. But I just hope that I give you guys insight on the process for those of you who haven't tattooed before. And like going through all these steps, it does seem like a lot of hard work and effort, but it's actually a really exciting process to go through, and definitely worth it, worth all the hard work, because you want to be happy with what you're getting, because it's going to be in the body for the rest of your life. So, thanks.